Again in the low and mid 60s. An isolated shower moves into the Tennessee Valley for your Saturday, mostly cloudy, temperatures in the mid 60s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
NBA, the Hawks hosting the Cavaliers. Atlanta, a 5-point home favorite. The over-under at 222. It'll tip off at 6:30 p.m. The NIT championship game tonight. Xavier taking on Texas A&M. The Aggies, a 4.5-point favorite. The over-under at 137.5. Elsewhere, the championship game of the Basketball Classic. Fresno State, a 3-point favorite against Coastal Carolina. The NCAA Final Four Saturday. Villanova +4 against Kansas, and North Carolina +4 against Duke. The USFL returns for the first time since 1986. The Michigan Panthers, the odds-on favorite to win the league championship at +400. The Tampa Bay Bandits +550. Season starts April 17th.
I'm Trey Westerberg, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You need to be more like a dog.
Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about.
Be a dog.
God bless the show. You are the Messiah.
We need more dogs.
This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my dog.
Now live, here he is, the big dog,
Let's go, baby.
Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 How you doing?
Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like El McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. No, this is not Thom Abraham. Once again, this is Chad Gwathney, Coach Grizz, Producer Chad, whatever you want to call me. Once again, taking over as Thom is out of the box until next Monday. So I will be taking over at least 1 hour from 11 to 12 for these last 3 days as he is out of the box. And we kind of break down the latest of what's going on right now and make sure that that you can catch on all the latest by following us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram. We do use the Instagram from time to time, even though we're a bunch of cavemen, but we do know how to use the Instagram from time to time. Just hit us up everywhere. Twitter as well. You can just find us, all the coverage there. You actually find the show on our website, 977 ESPN, but you can also see the show live as well on twitch.tv/977ESPN. Also YouTube as well. Just search 977 ESPN. So not only do we give you a way to listen to the show, you can also watch the show as well. And if you do want to interact, I'll try to pay attention to the chat as much as possible and try to read a lot of what's going on as we get into the second segment of today's show as we actually open the show. As yes, we won't be talking about the United States qualifying for the World Cup finally after missing out in 2018, but we got to get to some NFL talk. There's a lot of news going on, and why not bring on one of the best guests we got on the Thom Abraham Show? That is Alan Bell Jr. from Sportsline.com and 24/7 Sports. Alan, thank you so much for joining. We missed you the last 2 weeks, so we definitely got to get your take. How were you thinking that the U.S. was going to qualify?
Well, I'll say this. First off, appreciate you having me back on. I love getting on the open with you, too. That's fantastic. It's a weird way to qualify, right?
To lose.
2-0, right?
To lose.
But, but I'll say this, man. Like, it's a season effort, right?
Right.
So it's not like it's like one game. So they earned it. They're there. They earned it. And good for them, right? So I'm excited to see them, as they go along.
Well, I guess, and a lot of times, since I will ask you about this in a second here with all the rule, especially some rule changes that are going to be happening in the NFL. But, I mean, we talk about how we want the overtime rule, especially in the NFL, a certain way and how they're going to implement it in the postseason. But yet, we have it decided in hockey and soccer, in PK, with PKs and penalty shots. And to where it's decided by that. And I don't know if you would be on the same page as a guy who would want, unless the players decided. That's another thing we talked about. Unless the players decided on it. But I don't think you'd be a guy that would watch an NFL game if the end of the game was decided on field goals.
No, I wouldn't like that at all. No, I'd rather it be decided on the field. And yeah, man, we got some rule changes there, but yeah, I'm for whatever on the field we can decide the winner, right? And I'll be honest with you, I don't mind ties in other sports. I'm kind of done with ties in the NFL. I want to have a winner.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'd like to have a winner in these games. Ties just make it just a little bit more difficult. Yeah. So yeah, let's solve it on the field. Let's not do it with field goals.
Well, if you look at it, even in that when the United States qualified, they had 4 draws. So even to move on to qualify, it seems like you can still tie in soccer. But yeah, we definitely don't want that in football. Which I think if you're gonna do it in the postseason, just go ahead and do it in the regular season. Make it where it's competitive and where. But I get it where if you're a defensive-minded person, kind of like I am and kind of like I'm sure a lot of other coaches are too, that just love the defensive side of the ball, where, you want to watch your defense stop them and win the game.
Oh, no doubt, right? I'm not against that whatsoever, but I'm with you. I don't like it being different in the regular season than it is in the postseason. Now, I understand in the postseason you have to determine a winner, for who's going to advance, but yeah, man, again, I'm not against the tie, but if we could determine a winner, we've already put in all this time, right? Let's determine a winner of this game and move it along, right? So if we could get it to where the regular season is the same as the postseason, yeah, I'm all in it.
So I wanted to, with all the new trades and acquisitions of players, I think we haven't been able to talk to you about the Tyreek Hill trade into Miami. What are your thoughts on that? And does this make them – I don't know if it makes them a Super Bowl contender because the AFC is loaded. But does this make them an AFC East contender with the Bills and possibly, the Patriots as well?
Well, let me say this. Ever since the Bengals made it to the Super Bowl, just get to the playoffs. Yeah. Right? And, I mean it, right? Just get to the playoffs and crazy things can happen. We saw the Ravens and Joe Flacco win one. Right? Just get to the playoffs and let's see what happens. And absolutely, man, it changes, the way that the Dolphins will play offensively. It changes the way that the defenses will play against them. It's certainly going to give Tua some much-needed help down there. Now he's got actual weapons. They've got a new head coach, so, we got to see about that. But he seems all right. Yeah, man, I like it. I'll never complain about getting Tyreek Hill. I'll tell you that. That's a solid trade, man. That dude is he's a game changer.
Yeah, 2 of the fastest receivers in the NFL with Jalen Waddle as well. And when you had Chase Edmonds, it seems like that they're really putting enough weapons around Tua, like the days of Alabama, where it can really shine. But I just never understood the doubt anyway. The guy never played a full season. I feel like this could possibly be the first full season. Hopefully, knock on wood, to say that he's got the weapons around him. I've heard it for so many years being an Atlanta Falcons fan. I watched as Matt Ryan had plenty of weapons around him, but it was always something every single year. So I see it on paper too, as him being a very good statistical quarterback, even in the games that he has played in. But I get it now. He has the weapons. He has to prove the doubters. He has to prove the media that he is a starting quarterback in the NFL. And it's just weird that when I go look at the last 3 Alabama quarterbacks that are in the NFL right now, I still pick Mac Jones over the other 2.
Mac Jones is a good quarterback, right? And,
yeah.
He him and the Patriots together are going to get better and better each year. But even still, with Mac Jones, he's going to need weapons. Right, when I say that Tua needed weapons down there, that's not saying anything against Tua. Every quarterback needs them, right? There's very few people who can create, with middle of the road talent, right? So that's why I'm all for it. It's a fantastic move. Now I'm going to say this dude's a Chiefs too on the other side, right? Because you've got the AFC West, who essentially, the other 3 teams have kind of all reloaded to go after the Chiefs, And then the Chiefs are like, okay, well, we see everything that you did. Well, we're going to change all your offense plays. Now we're going all big wide receivers, right? Like, you loaded up to stop all of our fast guys. Well, we got rid of the fast guys. Now we're big. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm fascinated to see what the Chiefs do, moving forward.
Yeah, and it's the Chiefs. Even with the acquisitions that they have, they still have a lot of talent on the offensive side of the ball. They still have Patrick Mahomes. I mean, they're still going to be a force in the AFC, even though, I mean, just talk on how loaded, and I feel like we haven't talked to you about that either. Just talk about how loaded the AFC is this year and how it just seemed like in pasts, especially with Matt Ryan coming over to the Colts, it just seems like the NFC was always, it seemed like the dominant quarterbacks, or I guess I should say more of the older quarterbacks that are dominant, the few of them that are dominant, the ones that are getting paid a lot of the money on that side of the ball. And then if you look at the AFC, it's all this young talent from literally not even 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you got young guns everywhere, right? Like, I mean, it's loaded up. Absolutely. So, me being here in Nashville, well, you see a team like the Titans, and this is what Titans fans are saying, on local radio here, that this team's pretty good, but good Lord, like, it's going to be difficult to get past the Chiefs, to get past the Bills, to get past what we think the Chargers are going to become. Like, I mean, there's so many. Keep going down the list. Joe Burrow, even the Ravens with Lamar Jackson. Like, there's so many.
No Mitchell Trubisky with the Steelers. Beats the Bills in the first round.
Yeah, but like, you bring up a good point there, right?
Yeah.
Like, with the draft, in terms of this, like, the NFL now is, like, think about, like, the NFL, like, 8-9 years ago, right? Like, playing fantasy football. Like, coming in the draft, there were, like, so many teams that needed quarterbacks, right? There's not that many teams in the NFL that need a quarterback right now.
Yeah.
Like, there's just not, right? Because there's so much talent, and there's so many teams that are solidified in their starter. Like, we're not even talking about, really any of the quarterbacks in this draft class, because not many people need them, So it just goes to show you, like, we've been hit with a really nice influx of supply of young quarterbacks, that these guys are all going to be around for a long time, too. So, yeah, the AFC is brutal. The NFL as a whole, like, if you're Roger Goodell, you're sitting there saying, man, our product is set for 20 years, man. We're good to go.
You talk about quarterbacks, and you are a Titans guy. You have seen Arthur Smith make the move over to the Atlanta Falcons, and also now get his guy in Marcus Mariota. Just speak on them together in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Like, those two will know each other, obviously, quite well. Arthur Smith knows exactly what Marcus can do, what Marcus can't do, and he knows how to build around that, right? Like, you're going to want to play action. You're going to want kind of a lot of the things, like with Matt Ryan. I'm not saying it's the same quarterback by any means, but I'm just saying, like, you're going to want some disguises, but there's going to be things that Marcus could do that Matt Ryan couldn't. And then also, speaking from just a person standpoint of who he is, it's a lot like Matt Ryan, too, to where there's not many other people that you would want to kind of be the face of your franchise. He's a classy individual. He's a first-class human being. He's going to work his butt off. Like, he'll be there constantly. There's not a concern about any of that whatsoever. Like, I couldn't sing Mariota's praises enough as just a dude. Like, he's a great, great guy, right? So that always, goes to your favor as well. But yeah, it's good to have a head coach that knows exactly this guy, and he can work around everything that he needs and everything that he does.
So we look at another team within that division, the Tampa Bay Bucks, as Tom Brady makes his return from a short retirement to having his head coach Bruce Arians, switch jobs and try to do a senior football consultant job within the organization. Just speak on that and what you think made. Just basically what you think that can the Tampa Bay Bucks have the same success under Todd Bowles?
Yeah, I mean, they certainly can. Todd Bowles is a good football coach, right? Like, and to be honest with you, not a whole lot is going to change down there. But I'll tell you this. Bruce Arians, like, go down the checklist. Like, he followed, like, your boy's playbook, like, to a T.
Yeah.
All right. Gets Tom Brady, wins a Super Bowl, gets Tom Brady again. All right. Then is able to hand off the job, get out of the way for his friend, and move into the front office. Like, those are 5 Hall of Fame moves right there. Like, he is just going down the perfect list, down there really well. But, yeah, man, like, there won't be too terribly much change because, as long as you have Tom Brady, like, your offense is kind of good. Foles knows what he's doing in regards to the team. Really what you got to do, is kind of plan and prepare for when Brady's not there, right? Like, is Kyle Trask the guy? Do you need to go find somebody else? Because whatever you're going to do it now, and be prepared. Because once Brady does go, that's when things start to change. Not saying it'd be negative by any means, but you just got to be ready. Because Tom Brady is a coach on the field, right? Like, I mean, he can just take care of so many things, for a head coach. Like, not only the talent, but the knowledge and the way that guy plays. Like, you really do have a second head coach that is in the game. So, yeah, man, like, they'll be good, but they need to start preparing for sure.
So you don't believe in some of the speculation that he might be getting traded to Miami, or he might go to Miami?
No.
Would that make sense? Would that even make sense? Well, I mean, would that even make sense putting Tom Brady? I mean, it would with that offense. I mean, but I mean, would that even make sense to have if you had Tua there? Because then, what are you going to do with Tua?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, okay, so trading for Tom Brady, it always makes sense, right? Like, it always makes sense.
Exactly.
Right? But, my thing is, if you're Miami, look at the last 2 years. Look at the last year, all right? We get, all these things about the Dolphins owner might be, wanting to lose games and get draft picks and all that. Well, he just gave away all of his draft picks for Tyreek Hill, right? It's like, okay, I don't know what we're doing, with that narrative, right? But then if you trade for Tom Brady, right, like, are the Bucs really wanting to trade for Tua? Right? Because, it's kind of their call in this. You know what I mean? Like, Brady doesn't really have a decision here. So, no, I don't think so. And that's nothing negative on Tua. Like, that's just a ton of change that it doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like, just let Brady be Brady with the Bucs and let Tua do his thing with Miami. Like, I think they're both better off where they're at now than, flipping musical chairs there.
No, and I totally agree. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, obviously, it sounds awesome. I mean, I think any Dolphins fan would take that. I'm sure any franchise right now, if you could get Tom Brady, I think you could take Tom Brady. Would you as a Titans fan, if you could get Tom Brady for 1 year, would you take him?
Well, I'll tell you this, man. You remember a couple of years ago, right before you went to Tampa, I was on national radio screaming.
Yes.
Look, and that's nothing against Ryan Tannehill. I like Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
Dude, when you have a chance to get Brady, you go get Brady, right? Like, you just do it. Like, you just do it. You know what I mean?
So no Baker Mayfield, right?
No, I'm good on Baker. Like, and I'm gonna say, like, I'm not anti-Baker at all.
I know. I had to do it because Tom's not here. We got to rag on the Cleveland Browns and Baker Mayfield. It's okay. They're keeping him just in case Deshaun Watson gets suspended, and then they have to play Baker Mayfield during the season.
Like, dude, they got to trade him. Like, this has gone bad. This is like when you're divorced, then you've been divorced a year, but you're still living in the same house because you can't.
It's like a Will Smith situation.
Right? Yeah, there's gonna be a slap.
You know, your wife doesn't respect you, but you got to go defend her anyway.
Oh my God! Like, that's a great.
I don't think they respect each other, so.
It's just like, all right, we got to get rid of Baker Mayfield. Like, we're just gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
Fascinated to see how we go about that.
So, also, the end of an era for Malcolm Jenkins as he retires after a 13-year career. The only guy to beat Manning and Brady in a Super Bowl. How crazy is that?
Dude, it's nuts, right? Like, I mean, it really is. Like, credit to him. Like, that's one of those that, like, that's not a checklist on, like, a check on the to-do list that many people have. You know what I mean? So,
that's
for sure.
That was just a nice little statistic I saw this morning, and I was just like, I had to throw that out there because, I mean, it's just to just think that there's been so many athletes and not more than just one has beaten not only Manning but Manning and Brady in a Super Bowl. I mean, I'm sure there's been plenty of games, obviously regular season games, postseason games, possibly, but not a Super Bowl. So I wanted to ask you and get your take as well on just two more things, and then I'll get you out of here. Some golf related, and then we'll talk about the national or the NCAA tournament and the Final Four. Tiger Woods and the speculation that he might be playing the Masters, and he's got 60-1 odds. What are your thoughts on that? And do you expect him to play?
Well, it'd be awesome to see him play, right? And
of course,
kind of looks like
great for the game.
Yeah, kind of. Oh God, I mean, that dude, what? Okay, if he's playing, you just mentioned the odds there, 60-1.
Yeah.
Watch what happens. If he announces officially that he's in, watch what happens to those odds, because the public loves betting Tiger Woods, especially at monster odds like this. I guarantee you, dude. Whenever it's announced, give it 24 hours, 36 hours, right?
Yeah.
That 60-1 will be 25-1, right? The public will throw millions at it. I'm not even kidding, man. So, yeah, man, I hope he does, because I know that, time's running out, and he knows it, and I want to see as much Tiger Woods as I can before it's gone, because once it's gone, you'll never have it again. I
mean, yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter if he's if he's bad, or if he's a few years ago when he won the Masters. I mean, it's just it's literally where he could play half of this tournament, and yet we're gonna talk about it all weekend. It's like with some of the situations in the NFL when we talk about the NFL, or when guys get traded. I mean, that's gonna be the whole thing all year with the Atlanta Falcons. There's gonna be talking about trading away Matt Ryan, and they're gonna be, and with a lot of the others. It's all they're going to be talking about with the Chiefs. It's going to be Tyreek Hill to Miami. I mean, that's always something that we're going to be talking about throughout the season, because it could or could not cause a huge, thing in their season. So,
yeah, no, you're right, 100%.
So let's get into some tournament odds, man. We're into the Final Four. Who do you got making it on? And just talk a little bit about that as well.
Yeah, so we got two good Final Four games here. Look, I hate that Villanova just lost their second-best player, their second-best scorer. It's tough because you're looking at a team that has a small rotation of players that they use, and that was with him in, right? And now that, Justin Moore's out, it's tough because you're going against Kansas, right? And Kansas can run however you want to get down. Kansas can do it and is better at it, right? So I'm going to take Kansas to win and cover in that game. The second one, Duke, North Carolina, obviously. I mean, it is what it is.
The Mac Daddy.
I think it's going to be,
Woo.
I think it's going to be a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
It's fascinating that, you have two teams in Duke, North Carolina that really don't play much defense. You know what I mean? It's just a ton of scoring, but it's going to be a war. But here's my question. So let's say Kansas, let's just put Kansas ahead in the title game.
Yeah.
Okay? Duke, North Carolina, that's kind of like if you ran the national championship 2 days after the Iron Bowl, when both teams are 1 and 2, right?
Right.
That's kind of like your war,
right?
And it's somewhat difficult to get back up 2 days later.
Yeah.
And do it again. You know what I mean? So
it's like playing the semifinal game. If it was Alabama and Auburn semifinal game, and then having to go play the national title between each other, or something like somehow.
No, 100%, right? And then you got to go play Ohio.
And then you got to go, you got to go play whoever. A big, exactly.
It's a lot, man. So, I'm going to take Kansas. I mean, you get it. I'm going to take Kansas. Again, I think we're going to have two great Final Four games, a great national championship game. But, yeah, man, that thing's going to be that's going to be World War II over there.
Yeah.
And Kansas is sitting here saying, beat each other up. Go into 8 overtimes. Do whatever you want. All right, we're just sitting here resting. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Kansas.
So let me ask you one more thing, since we were talking about this rivalry, and they've been talking about it all over national media. We've been talking about it all week. I mean, what is your biggest, greatest rivalry in all of sports? If we were just talking all of sports.
All of sports?
All of sports.
Probably Auburn, Alabama, honestly. Right?
Yeah. You don't have to say that because you're on this radio station, okay?
No, I think that it is. You have every layer, right? You have these two fan bases live close to each other. They battle every year. They're in the toughest conference in college football, and there's no NFL team, right? Like, it is 100% focused. You got to choose a side early in life and go, right? Like, that's who you are. It's part of the identity, right? So, yeah, like, I would 100% say Auburn, Alabama. I'd probably put Duke, North Carolina, like, right up there, but it's not there, right? Like, this is legit, like a holy war. You know what I mean? Like, and that's like, as an outsider, like, I love watching it because it's like, dude, like, these people want to get down and they want to win against the other side. I respect it. So, yeah, give me the Iron Bowl.
I feel like, because I feel like a lot of times, like, I love the Iron Bowl every year because I feel like it's not saturated too. Because it's like when I watch baseball a lot of times, and like I'm like, oh, what game's on ESPN tonight? And it's Red Sox Yankees because that's apparently the only rivalry we care about, and it's the only matchup. They could be, both teams could be awful, and it's just like, you know what, this is the biggest game tonight. It's like, what? Come on now, you know. It's great to know that the Atlanta Braves, after I'm just going to talk on it, after the Atlanta Braves just won the World Series, they're going to put the opening day game on ESPN2. It wasn't a scheduled game, but they're like, well, you know what? We're going to give them the courtesy to have their banner raising and everything like that on ESPN2. I mean, come on. That's where, like, all the secondary games go to. Like, you can't do that to a team that did that. Come on now.
100% agreed, right? And also, we're going to see Red Sox Yankees like 15 times this year, and that's before the playoffs. We're going to see them 7 games after that, right? Like, that's what I love about the
exactly.
Like, dude, you get one. You get one shot. And the best part, this is the best part about it, all right, is that it's the only rivalry to where, like, when one team is really good, whether that's Auburn or whether that's Alabama, that's when the other team seemingly always comes with this massive upset that it's crazy.
I mean, last year everyone's talking about Alabama manhandling Auburn. And I was at the game, and I'm like, I'm about to leave because it's like, who knows what's going to happen? I'm standing on the sideline with the last 3 minutes, and all of a sudden I'm standing there for another 35 minutes.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, and this is coming from somebody in, the state of Tennessee. Like, I have no skin in the game on either, but I can respect it, obviously, and I see it. That, like, that's what I love about it. Is, like, it's great when, those teams are both, like, top 5, but it's great when one might not even be ranked, because that's when you're like, oh, no, like, let's get down.
It's like a bee's nest.
You start to feel it at halftime. Oh, like, I couldn't imagine being a fan. It would tear my stomach in knots, that game every year. So, yeah, man, like, I got to go Iron Bowl. I respect it too much.
Well, thank you so much. Alan Bell Jr. has been our guest. Alan, tell everybody where they can find you. And seriously, thank you so much for all the coverage that you bring us.
Oh, man, I appreciate you. Yeah, sportsline.com or on Twitter at AlanBell247. Appreciate you, buddy. Have a good weekend.
All right, man, you too. Have a good one. Talk to you later. All right, that was Alan Bell Jr., sportsline.com, 24/7 Sports. Got to talk a little NFL, baseball, the March Madness Final Four, everything going on. A lot of stuff going on this week as we get closer and closer and closer to opening day of the MLB and the Trash Pandas. And we're also getting closer to the NBA playoffs as well. Going to talk about that as we come back from the break. There's a little situation going on the Eastern Division as, once again, still having COVID restriction problems. But let's kind of talk about that on the other side as we need to take a break right here. This is Chad Gwathney taking over the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Heads up, sports bettors. Right now you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
The NIT Championship game tonight, Xavier taking on Texas A&M. The Aggies a 4.5-point favorite. The over-under at 137.5. Elsewhere, the championship game of the Basketball Classic. Fresno State a 3-point favorite against Coastal Carolina. Carolina. The NCAA Final Four Saturday, Villanova +4 against Kansas and North Carolina +4 against Duke. The USFL returns for the first time since 1986. The Michigan Panthers, the odds-on favorite to win the league championship at +400. The Tampa Bay Bandits +550. Season starts April 17th. NBA, the Hawks hosting the Cavaliers. Atlanta a 5-point home favorite. The over-under at 222. It'll tip off at 6:30 p.m.
I'm Trey Westerberg, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The world champs are back. The Braves are out to defend their world championship. And behind Matt Olson, Ronald Acuna, Dansby Swanson, Max Fried, and this loaded 2022 roster, a repeat is within reach.
There goes Ozzie, 2-2 on the way, hit well. Deep center field. Might have ourselves a tie ball game. You betcha.
And we'll bring you every huge moment of the Braves 2022 season right here on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time, or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve, and we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing, we have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates, residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Redmont Vodka and Vulcan Gin, Alabama-made premium quality spirits, owned by our very own Charles Barkley. 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and non-GMO. Whether you choose to sip Redmont on the rocks or blended with your favorite mixers, you will definitely be able to taste the difference. Pick up some Redmont Vodka and Vulcan Gin today. Available in ABC stores and package stores. For more information, visit us at RedmontDistilling.com. Also, follow us on Instagram at Redmont Distilling. Support local, enjoy responsibly.
I'm attorney Gary Lackey. You know, you'll hear people say we're like a family, but here at the Lackey Law Firm, that's really true, not just a saying.
I'm Justin Lackey. With my father and my sister, we have a special connection to each other.
I'm Jennifer Lackey. At the Lackey Law Firm, when we take on your case, you become part of our family. You really do.
And we'll always do whatever it takes to get everything you deserve.
If you're injured, you worry about getting well, not about paperwork or insurance companies or figuring out how to get to your lawyer's office. I'll come to you.
We worry about your case so you don't have to.
When you've been injured, we know that your case is probably the biggest thing going on in your life. More important than almost anything else.
And it's important to us too, for one simple reason. Family takes care of each other, and at the Lackey Law Firm, we'll take care of you.
The Lackey Law Firm. The Lackey Law Family. 1-800-4RIGHTS.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
The PGA Tour's Corn Ferry Tour is coming to the Rocket City. Join us at the Ledges for the Huntsville Championship, April 29th through May 2nd. Experience the beauty and drama of the course firsthand. Witness golf's rising stars chase their PGA Tour dreams. Cheer on the future of golf up close and personal. Tickets are on sale now at HuntsvilleChampionship.com.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. We're still a place to call for your installation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatewitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A partly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-60s. Maybe just a touch on the breezy end of the spectrum. Also not ruling out an isolated shower. The vast majority of us are going to be dry. Temperatures drop into the upper 30s and lower 40s as we head into the overnight. A mostly to partly sunny sky for your Friday. Temperatures hanging out once again in the low and mid-60s. An isolated shower moves into the Tennessee Valley for your Saturday. Mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the mid-60s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Local sports is covered right here.
Well, appreciate what you guys do for sports, but also for high school sports and taking time to talk to us. That means a lot, and appreciate what you guys do and appreciate you having us on.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Thom Abraham Show. It's a Throwback Thursday, but it's only a 1 hour show, so I didn't really throw any throwback music on, so I just do a little song on there that I like to listen to before I get pumped up and get ready for the next segment as once again I'm taking over for the rest of the week as Thom Abraham is out of the box until next Monday. And once again, like I've said before, I'm getting ready for a trip as well, as I'm going to be heading out to Atlanta this weekend and catching the Hawks take on the Nets as we get closer to the NBA playoffs. And the reason why I wanted to talk about that, and also, again, if you want to be able to follow us everywhere and keep up with all of our sports updates, please go to 977ESPN.com, listen to the show there, get everything there as well. You can check out our Twitter page as well, 977ESPN. We're on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So just hit us up there if you want to leave a comment on the show today. If you want to ask a question on what's going on today and what Alan and I got to talk about, as Alan Bell Jr. and I got to kind of break down the latest around the NFL. A lot of the news that's going on around the NFL in the first segment. So thanks to Alan Bell Jr. As well to get on with me and talk about that. But I wanted to talk about the NBA playoffs. And why did I want to talk about the NBA playoffs? Because we're getting so close to it. And the reason why we're talking about vaccine mandates and everything like that is that there's still a team in Canada, and they're the Toronto Raptors. And so depending on who plays the Toronto Raptors, whether it be because of how first through fourth is literally, I think it's a game and a half, is keeping the teams between first and fourth. So, it's a real competitive East, and you don't know who's going to finish third or fourth, and you don't know really where the Raptors are going to finish, whether they finish, because depending on who they play is either going to be possibly the 76ers or the Boston Celtics. And why I say that is because both of these teams don't have fully vaccinated players. And whether you don't believe in the vaccine, whatever, I'm just tired of hearing about it. I'm just tired of hearing about two professional teams that don't have fully vaccinated players because I had to listen to Kyrie Irving make me look dumb the entire season, which, don't get me wrong, the man is working his butt off. He looks healthy, and he looks ready to go. So it looks like even though he hasn't been playing at home for most of the season, and now he's finally able to, without having the vaccine, we're still having an issue right now where the Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers aren't even coming out and saying that, yeah, we have got, they're not coming out and saying it because we already know they don't have vaccinated players. So that could be an issue going into the playoffs. And when I say this with the 76ers, and I'm sure one of my friends is listening, and I'm sure he's going to hate me talking about this, but what's going to happen with the 76ers if we're having this issue with Joel Embiid and him sitting during that Bucks game and him having choice words on what Doc Rivers did and how they should have played it? That was a better explanation than what Russell Westbrook said yesterday and what I played from the game before. I mean, at least Joel Embiid had the guts to say something about his team and say, I'm the star. Like, he obviously knows he's the star player. He talks about it a lot. He loves to carry himself that way. He is a star player. He is one of the best players in the league. This guy knows to take responsibility because he knows his team is having issues right now. I mean, Harden had one of his best games, and yet they still lost. And we're sitting here wondering, what's going to happen, because I was probably one of the few or that probably thought the Sixers were going to win at least the East and then be there in the championship because they need to. I mean, we talk about the process. We talk about how much they've done for so long and what they've done to get the pieces that they have. Finally getting rid of Ben Simmons. Thank goodness. Ben Simmons is awful. The man does not care. If we talk about Kyrie Irving and how crazy he is, at least he's trying. At least he's working hard. Ben Simmons is not doing anything that I know of anyway. I mean, my goodness. I mean, he skipped out on that one. All he did was come out for a couple of shots and layups, and that was it. He didn't really do anything. So, I mean, I don't even know what's really going on with that situation. So, when I look at this and I see that I still have an issue with, for one, just that these players aren't able to play in Toronto, for one, or that could be an issue by then because you're supposed to be fully vaccinated. As of January 15th, you're supposed to be fully vaccinated to even enter Canada. So these athletes need to do something about it. I just don't understand it. I don't know why you don't get it. I mean, I have it. I'm sure everyone else in the office has it around. Everyone in the office around here has it. I just don't understand it. It seems like it's doing a good job. It seems like either way, we're still having no problems whatsoever with the virus. Especially, when it comes. I mean, I just don't get it. We're over here having full. I'm going to Atlanta this weekend. We're having a full event. We're going in indoors. There's going to be tons of people there. It's going to be a big game. Kyrie Irving's going to get to play, right? Because it's away. But now he can play at home. So that was the whole situation that I just kind of wanted to break down because I just absolutely hated it. So done with my NBA rant because I'm so ready for the NBA playoffs. I want to see what the Hawks do. I'm a big fan. Me and my brother are so excited for this weekend. So that's why I kind of wanted to break that down a little bit because I'm going to get to watch these same people do this. And it's just like we're all going to be there. You know what I mean? We're all going to be there together, vaccinated or not. So, but anyway, as we were talking yesterday with Josh Carey, I asked him the question of who would be the opening day starter for the Atlanta Braves. And guess who it is? One day later, it's Max Fried, as he will be the back-to-back opening day starter for the Atlanta Braves. Should be a really, 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 really good time. But it should be also awesome that on that April 7th, once again, I said it earlier, is the game will be on ESPN2. They'll do the banner raising, and hopefully it'll be on TV for me. I know we talk about that. Thank you, YouTube TV. But hopefully it'll be on TV. Hopefully they don't black it out. Because who knows? It's probably on Bally Sports, too. So that'll be good, as we know that we do have Max Fried, opening day starter. Charlie Morton's coming back. Ian Anderson. You got three guys right there. We still don't know. Mike Soroka's probably not coming back until next year, if he does at all. I mean, depending on what happens. I've seen some stuff maybe late 2022 season, but no, I don't think he's coming back. Maybe till halfway till maybe next year. We just don't know what's going on still with that injury. and him recovering from it. So when we look at these top 3 starters coming in with an already bolstered bullpen that was voted, the best bullpen coming into this year as well. I mean, you got Charlie Morton, Ian Anderson, and Max Fried, but also you got hometown favorite Kyle Wright, who, with Waskar, by the way, Yanoa, is the other candidate as being the two, as AA has described, Alex Anthopoulos has described, the leaders of the competition, but behind those 3, you could have Kyle Wright being the 4th or 5th guy in that rotation, along with Kyle Mueller, who I really liked as well. Tucker Davidson, really good. And this Spencer Strider kid, watch out. This rookie Spencer Strider's been playing really, really well, and I talked about that yesterday. Doc Holliday, I mean, this guy, literally, he's going to be a fan favorite in the Braves clubhouse. You put this guy in the bullpen. You don't have to start him, but put this guy in the bullpen, and he's going to be a fan favorite. I guarantee you it. So I just wanted to break down a little bit of that. I need to go to a break once again. We'll get on the other side. What to watch for, brought to you by Audio Insight, as they do a great job with basically everything when it comes to home entertainment centers and systems and everything that you want to put into your home to make it awesome. But we're going to tell you what to watch for tonight, and we're going to, as we draw closer to the Final Four, and we'll probably pick up on whatever else is going on around the sports world as well. This is Chad Gwathney taking over once again on the Thom Abraham Show right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now.
NBA, the Hawks hosting the Cavaliers. Atlanta, a 5-point home favorite. The over-under at 222. It'll tip off at 6:30 p.m. The NIT championship game tonight. Xavier taking on Texas A&M. The Aggies, a 4.5-point favorite. The over-under at 137.5. Elsewhere, the championship game of the Basketball Classic. Fresno State, a 3-point favorite against Coastal Carolina. The NCAA Final Four Saturday. Villanova +4 against Kansas, and North Carolina +4 against Duke. The USFL returns for the first time since 1986. The Michigan Panthers, the odds-on favorite to win the league championship at +400. The Tampa Bay Bandits +550. Season starts April 17th.
I'm Trey Westerberg, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Find your rhythm, feed your rhythm at Rhythm on Monroe. Not just a great restaurant and rooftop bar, but the perfect spot to relax and take in a beautiful scenic downtown sunset on the rooftop or patio. Enjoy Chef Becky Vibbert's fresh and delicious fan favorites like braised beef short rib sliders, seasonally inspired fresh salmon dishes, crispy Brussels sprouts, and fresh baked peach walnut cobbler or chocolate chess pie. Open daily at 4 p.m. with brunch from 11 to 3 on Saturday and Sunday on the corner of Clinton and Monroe in the Von Braun Center. Follow Rhythm on Monroe on Facebook.
Outdoor season is coming. Can't wait.
Here at Brooks & Collier, neither can we. Outdoor season is also grilling season.
And we have plenty of grills and smokers in stock. From Traeger, Blaze, and Big Green Egg.
There's the greenhouse. New indoor items and home furnishings as well.
Whatever it takes. Browse over 2 acres of furnishings. Can't wait.
How about you? North Alabama's indoor and outdoor living headquarters for over 75 years.
813 Meridian Street and at brooksandcollier.com.
Thom Abraham here for my friend Ross Roberts and his team at Valley Equipment Rental. Coming in April, Valley will have a second location opening up on the North Parkway between Winchester Road and Bob Wade. They'll be offering bigger contractor-only type equipment, including 10K reach forklifts, 300 series track hose, and larger rollers and dozers, along with other equipment. Valley Equipment's 2 locations will better serve the region and allow them to grow their fleet. Valley Equipment Rental, locally owned for 10 years, where they put more care in every rental.
Hey Huntsville, listen up. The demand for lakefront property on Lewis Smith Lake is growing and the supply is depleting. We've got lakefront, lake access, and RV properties for one day only, April 9th. Gentle sloping, wooded home sites, and RV sites on dockable water, all surrounded by Bankhead National Forest. Complete with lakefront clubhouse, swimming pool, boat ramp, and community docks in a private gated community. Over 1 acre of lakefront, just $59.9. gentle sloping, full-time dockable RV sites starting at $99.9. If you know Smith Lake, you know full-time RV sites to have your own dock on are a rare find. You do not want to miss this. Call 877-BIG-VIEW for more information. One day only, Saturday, April 9th. Call 877-BIG-VIEW for more information. That's over 1 acre, $59.9, full-time RV site on dockable lakefront, only $99.9. 877-BIG-VIEW to arrange a visit Saturday, April 9th. Call or click 877bigview.com.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhsriserealestate.com.
This week on RVER, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. I'm sorry, I can't operate on that vehicle.
But doctor, you took an oath.
That RV, it's my son's RV.
Oh, doctor, isn't there anything you can
I'm not a miracle worker, Sheila. I'm an RV surgeon, trained to save the lives of large, injured recreational vehicles, which is definitely a real profession.
When your RV really needs saving, Progressive has you covered. See if you could save with a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
Hey, Bobby White from Woody Anderson Ford back again to talk to you about how easy it is to make a custom factory order. Just click WoodyAndersonFord.com, hit the top banner, then start making your selections. It's really simple, and you'll end up with the exact vehicle you want. Not only is there no extra charge to custom order, but at Woody Anderson Ford, we'll take 5% off MSRP on top of any additional factory rebates on the 2022 F-150, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Expedition, and Ranger. Another option for you is a certified pre-owned. We have over 100 Ford Blue Advantage certified pre-owned models to choose from. Our Ford Gold certified are low mileage, gently used with great warranties. They've passed a 175-point inspection by certified technicians and come with a 24-hour roadside assistance, plus a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Also, don't forget our service department is offering a free pickup and delivery when it's time for your next Ford service. Woody Anderson Ford, Jordan at Sparkman, hope to see you soon.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A partly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-60s. Maybe just a touch on the breezy end of the spectrum. Also not ruling out an isolated shower. The vast majority of us are going to be dry. Temperatures drop into the upper 30s and lower 40s as we head into the overnight. A mostly to partly sunny sky for your Friday. Temperatures hanging out once again in the low and mid-60s. An isolated shower moves into the Tennessee Valley for your Saturday. Mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the mid-60s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
We cover all the SEC schools, including Western Union and Venmo.
I want that money!
You know, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
So I'm gonna watch it on TV.
The game's on. Oh, I almost forgot. I'll be right there.
We like sports and we don't care who knows. From shooting hoops to the Super Bowl. We like sports and we don't care who knows.
Football, tennis, hockey, golf.
The game is starting. Everyone is here. I got my snacks, my friends, and a beer.
So I'm gonna watch it on TV.
Are you ready for the football? A Monday night party!
So I'm gonna watch it on TV. So I'm gonna watch it on TV.
All right, welcome back. Yes, it is What to Watch For, and thank you once again for letting me kind of take over the show for 1 hour, and you're going to get the rest of Greeny as well tomorrow, the full 2 hours of Greeny, as we're kind of finishing up here for the week, and I probably will roll with a best of for that last hour for the Thom Abraham Show, kind of recap earlier in the week, some conversations that Tom had. But as we're winding down, thank you so much to Audio Insight for sponsoring this segment. And thank you so much to all the sponsors that sponsor the Thom Abraham Show. North Alabama Mortgage, Woody Anderson Ford, Valley Equipment. Thank you so much, Audio Insight and TOC as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all that you do, for us, for getting to cover local sports, a lot of professional sports, college sports, everything that's going on around the world, as we will bring you, of course, everything that is Alabama this year and next year and for the following year. So we're doing a great job here as we're going to continue to supply that coverage, and as we come with new shows and new things coming to the radio station as well that we're just kind of working on in the background, that we're just kind of gearing up and hoping that you'll be with us and you'll enjoy a lot of that new programming. So also as well tonight, let's see what to watch for. You got a lot of baseball going on, as the Braves will take on the Tampa Bay Rays at spring training here in literally 10 minutes. And then tonight around the NBA, I just saw a alert on ESPN. Who knows, the Lakers might actually, as they keep talking about the Lakers, they might actually have some pieces back and might have some good news coming back with some certain players possibly returning. But tonight, because it is Thursday, you have the TNT list of games. You have the Bucks and Nets on TNT. And you also have the Lakers and Jazz on TNT. So let's see what happens tonight. Let's see if they actually have a full roster tonight for the LA Lakers as they take on the Jazz, as the Lakers, of course, are sitting outside of the playoff game, and hopefully that they can make enough wins to get there. So anyway, enough about that. Thank you so much again. Please go and follow us on all our social media sites. Hit us up if we got anything going on with our deals, latest zone deals as well, by going to wzzn.halfoffdeal.com. We'll tell you when we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff coming up in the near future as well. But thank you once again for letting me take over the show. And thank you so much to Alan Bell Jr. from Sportsline.com and 24/7 Sports for joining the show as well. You guys have a good rest of your day, and thank you so much. This is Chad Gwathney right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.